Hey, it's Modern Day Trading with some live examples from October 4th, 2016. This market open right here, DRI. It was sitting above, it's gapped up on earnings, and it was sitting above some resistance that I thought could break out today. So I bought it, gave it a bad stop, so I instantly got stopped out, but I bought back in right here. Looking forward to break through the whole number and hopefully just, keep going. And it's hitting some resistance. Yeah, I'm about to get stopped out. Yeah, I got stopped out there. Pretty big loss. Kind of fast because I got in 2 times. So it's like I lost 2 trades. This DRI is shooting down, but I would still feel like it's just an early sell off and it could potentially go back to highs and break out. And I'm waiting for some support here. So here the selling slowed down a little bit, so I bought 200 shares. So I bought 0.99s and I put my stop at 0.94. I've been seeing this happen pretty often where a stock that's gapped up that I think should break out will shoot down a little bit at first, and then once it sells off, it hits a bottom that can't go any lower, it starts to bounce back and trend higher for the rest of the day. So that's what I was hoping for. I bought it and it's shooting back up pretty quick, so I like that, but I'm tempted to take profits quickly because I lost on the first 2 trades on this, and what I'm looking for is for it to break the highs, and if it doesn't, I'm going to get I just got it right there. You saw how fast it fell down. So when it was shooting up, I was just pretty much trying to make sure that it would go, but I put a stop to trail it the whole time, just because if it went up so fast, which also means that it could go down that just as fast. So I wanted to lock it in, and I pretty much just broke even. I'm a little positive. It was like a pretty good trade, but the first 2 losses kind of just canceled it out at the end. So DRI is back to the same spot, and that support was still holding, so I just bought back in. Hopefully it's a double bottom and it continues higher. I sped up the clip 3 times at the moment. You'll see I have DRI, and I'm waiting for it to make a push to break out of this triangle. It is a descending triangle, but I had a long bias in it, and I'm just trying to see if it can continue high, and it doesn't. So I took off some profits just because I know the formation technically looks more bearish, but because I'm long bias, I bought it. But with that in mind, I just took profits when it doesn't seem like it's working as well as I want it to work out. And DRI is coming back to my price. It looks like it's gonna stop me out. Yeah, stop me out. Stop me out by a really small amount. So I'm not sure if it's a real, if I was supposed to get stopped out. So I'm trying to I bought back in right here. Sometimes it would just print past your price, but I don't think it actually means anything, but it does activate your stops. So I got stopped out and I jumped back in. Hopefully it keeps going and that wasn't supposed to happen. And I'm watching Dollar Tree right here. It's really tight at this 50-cent area, so I want to short below it. It's already gapped down, and I'm hoping for some more continuation to the downside. But this 50 cents is holding right now, so just like that, it printed through, and I'm short. But it seems like it's not a real breakdown yet. But I put my stop at the. I got stopped out right there, so that kind of hurt. Pretty much got the low of that little range and got stopped at the high of that little range too. And DRI stopped me out as well. So DRI, I was trying to buy it earlier in this triangle, which I said looked bearish like a descending triangle, but now that it broke, I'm looking to short it. So I'm short right here, and I put my stop 1 cent above the price level that I was buying in front of before, hoping that support becomes resistance, and that's at 62.95. So I'll put my stop at 62.96. Starting to look like it's gonna work. And Dollar Tree, see that? So I wanted to short below it. Oh wow. I wanted to short below it at 50 cents, and it broke through a little bit just to get the stops in, get me in, and it just bounced a little bit from there. So it wasn't a real break, and I lost some good money on that. And the second time it broke. On DRI, I just got stopped out of it as well. So I put my stop at 96 cents because the support was at 95 cents, and it broke up and hit 99 cents. So I got stopped out of DRI as well. And it's pretty much me being cheap about giving it more room. I could have gave it to 1 cent above the whole number at 01s, but that's talking in hindsight. So can't be perfect. That was my fault for putting in a bad stop. And DRI actually does go down more. So I'm looking at JD here, and China stocks are rallying. So I'm looking at Momo. It just had a pretty big move up, and it just pulled back, and now it's in a tighter range, kind of trending upwards. So I bought it right here above the whole number, kind of like a mini ascending triangle within a big pullback on pretty much a bullish trending intraday chart, and all China stocks are rallying at the moment. So I bought it right there, and I'm looking to add more because I bought it a small amount before the previous little highs, which I thought buying this would break and continue higher move up. So I bought more, but it didn't pop off like I thought it would. And I put my stop at the bottom of that triangle range. I'm peeking over at JD. I just sped the clip up a little bit, back to 3 times the speed, and you see Momo starting to head down, and I got stopped out at that 90 cent wick right here. I put the wrong stop. Actually, I didn't give it to 1 cent below the last candle. I actually gave it to the last candle. I think it was just I misread it at the moment. So that was another bad stop price I put in, and it's cost me. JD, I just bought it really quick. Same thing, strong move, crazy move actually. It just pulled back and kind of hesitated at a potential support area. So I bought it, but it seems like it's heading back down. So I'm just gonna take it and run. Took it out. It was a really small profit over scalp. So SPYs, I just shorted the SPYs. You can see here it looks like a potential double top. And I normally don't trade the SPYs, but you can see here it's making a pretty nice range, like in terms of risk and reward. I only have to risk 10 cents and cash over 50. So and it looks like it's pretty clean and easy to read these two support resistance areas. So shorted right here, and I'm giving it to the top of that range. Not the very wick, but the high of one before that. Oh, and you see it just shot back up a little bit. Didn't go to the very top, but it went higher than my stop. So I gave another bad stop, and I got stopped out for another loss, even though it's right back where it is, and the trade still looks good. But I didn't jump back in it because I've been making a lot of mistakes today, and I just don't like re-entering trades. And even if I get one that's right, I'm pretty much just paying for all these mistakes I've been making. So I'm letting this one go. I don't really trade the SPY too often, so I'm not as confident as well. That's why I just took a shot here, but didn't work out. This is my next trade, OPHT. Pretty much it's just holding some resistance at this whole number, and it's been beat up recently. Like, well, the past couple of days it just came from a really big move downwards, and it's holding this resistance at this whole number right here. And just like you said, I showed you earlier with my SPY trade, I wanted to short, it got stopped out, but I think the market is gonna range and go down, and I'm hoping that drags OPHT as well. So I'm short right here with my stop 1 cent above the whole number. It's very thin, so I can get some bad slippage. And I'm watching Netflix here. I was looking to short Netflix the whole day when it broke this area, but I didn't get in, so missed it. But Netflix pulled back a little bit, so I might be looking to get in short again. I just sped the clip 5 times because this part's a little slow. So I'm just holding that OPHT, that's all. Netflix, I'm looking to enter short here. Like I said, I wanted to short earlier, but it pulled back. I missed it, shot down, but now it's pulling back and looking like it's trying to make a second leg down. So I'm short here with the general market that I felt like was going to go down. So that can help me with my Netflix short and my OPHT short. So you can see this SPY is just tanking. So look at that. It is pretty much doing the double top and now potential double bottom. So it would have been a nice trade on the SPY, but giving things the wrong stops is really frustrating. But I'm trying to capitalize it with some other trades. Netflix. See, this pretty fast SPY move. OPHT is going down a little bit, but since it's so thin, just a couple orders to buy 100 shares just is keeping the price higher than what I would think it should be. And Netflix looks like it's not going as low as I wanted to. Also, I'm struggling, so I'm taking some profits off here, and Netflix is already almost back. Netflix seems like it's going to stop me out, and it stopped me out. So I took a little bit of profit with part of my position, and I got stopped out the rest. Pretty much broke even on Netflix. And OPHT, I took profits as well. It's not moving down as much as I want, but I'm trying to get out since it's too thin for my comfort zone. And I'm just trailing it. I got a good amount in terms of risk to reward. I'm risking a few cents with slippage, maybe get 10 cents, and got almost 40 cents. So I took it out. So it's 11:11, and today I'm down $181. All right, thanks for watching, guys.